Logan is 9.5. He is hard of hearing and autistic. My second son, Conan, is 8.5. He's hearing and has Asperger's. And my daughter, Norah, is 5 and she's deaf. My oldest, he was not really communicating. He was around 4. My second son was 3. There wasn't a lot of communication going on. We had tried the hearing classrooms for communication handicap, which is what they call it. And there was not a lot of progress. It was mainly screaming, a lot of screaming. He didn't always respond to his name. And so I saw, once we put him into a program, into a deaf ed program, with constant ASL in his environment, he blossomed. He knew his name, he could spell his name. There was communication going on. We still supplemented that with English at school and at home. So anyway, with my daughter, I knew right away I didn't want to go down that road again of struggling and screaming and crying and not knowing if my children knew I loved them when I told them. So I want my children to always know that I love them. Even if they didn't respond back right away, my number one priority was giving them a language that they could access and they could use, so they knew I loved them. So that's what I chose for her. Something just out of love. One thing that a teacher told me was I was struggling with language with my kids, and they said, well, even if they don't respond right away, keep signing all the time around them. Even if you're just one word in a sentence, sign it, and your language is gonna expand. Keep going, keep doing it, they will pick it up. And one day it was like a light just turned on and the kids were signing. And yes, they do talk, my boys do talk also. But you know what? They have 2 languages. How many people can say that 3 of their children are bilingual? Not many, and they're not even 10 yet.
Probably the biggest thing I could say is that my work as an advocate, I was really specialized in working with deaf children and giving them that language access. And I've seen what happens to these deaf children when they don't have language, and it is detrimental and it is heartbreaking. It's you're watching pure struggle, and I've never seen any deaf child struggle from getting sign language. Never. I've been doing this for 11 years now. Never seen anyone struggle from getting that language, that sign language, ASL. And so I feel that a lot of where I am today and my successes have been because I was afforded wonderful opportunities. And it's the same kind of opportunities that the deaf people deserve as well. And it starts with that language foundation, because that is the key to everything, in my opinion. And when they don't have it, it's a terrible thing. It's a horrible thing to watch. What hearing parents need to do in order to connect with their deaf child is hard, but it's not the child's responsibility to conform to us in these situations. You don't force a child who's up against these barriers, especially at that age, and say, no, you're going to be like us. I don't think that's right. I think that you need to give a child everything as much as possible and see where they succeed. And then where you find that piece that's fitting for them, that piece that's working for them, then you go full throttle in that direction.
And years later, you know, my kids did end up getting mentors and deaf role models, and to see that bond between them is amazing. And something I wish I would have had with them. But I mean, to see that deaf community come and support my babies like their own, where do you find that? Nowhere else, really. And that's amazing. It's beautiful, and I cherish that. There's so much out there, and you have to be willing as a parent to reach out. And it's a little bit scary. It's new. It's different. I was scared at first. I was shy. But you know what? The resources out there are worth it.
I agree.
Come on, baby, dance with me. Come on, baby, dance with me. Come on, baby, dance with me. Come on, baby, dance.
Norah is a very proud deaf little girl, very opinionated, extremely opinionated, and she has to comment on everything all the time. So we now see my daughter academically, she's right up there. Linguistically, she's up there. She never stops talking, ever. We are the typical family. We just do things a little bit differently, and we are happy. We are joyous, and even in our moments of typical family frustration, you know, somebody banged their head against the wall, or you know, they tripped and somebody's breathing in their direction, whatever it is, still happy. And I think it's important for people to know that no matter what, whether you're deaf, you're hearing, you have autism, you don't have autism, whatever it is, just typical. Just do things a little bit different, and that's all it is. There's nothing to be scared of.
I'm gonna get you.